Captain Marvel! Did I get that right? I think I got that right. It was Captain Marvel, right? That was Captain Marvel's theme, right? Absolutely, it wasn't Wonder Woman's theme. No, that couldn't have been right. Captain Marvel. So I actually saw this opening night, but I didn't get around to doing the review till today. You'll forgive me too if I've got some tissue right here. I've got a cold, so you'll forgive me if at times I start to cough a little bit and maybe have to blow my nose. I'll do my best to reframe that for the quality video. Captain Marvel is the what is it now? The Infinity War was the 21st. Crap, give me 1 second. What number movie are we on in the Marvel universe right now? I think we're on the 23rd or 22nd. Let's see here. Marvel Cinematic Universe. We are on the 21st. Okay, Captain Marvel is the 21st, with Endgame being the 22nd of Marvel movies. So this has a long pedigree to live up to in terms of a lot of quality movies, and you'll forgive me right now as I'm getting ready to blow my nose. But yeah, this is a long pedigree of movies that already live up to, as well as being Marvel's first solo female superhero movie. That we saw the reception that Wonder Woman got, and how well it was received. Wonder Woman, though, is a different character entirely than Captain Marvel. Wonder Woman is Wonder Woman. She is the definitive female comic book superhero. Captain Marvel is probably the definitive Marvel comic superhero. Now, I'm not talking about the Marvel movies, because then you'd be talking about Black Widow. No, I'm talking about the Marvel comics in terms of iconic Marvel female heroes. It would be Captain Marvel. You can make an argument for Storm. Yeah, I think those would actually be the big two in terms of the female comic superheroes, and then everyone else would be like a B tier roster character. Really, they're like in terms of popularity known and what people associate the comics with, or characters with the comics in terms of popularity. So this film had a lot to live up to. The 21st Marvel movie, the introduction of this character. We only saw the pager at the end of Infinity War. And look, the movie is good. It just scored over $150 million opening weekend. The movie's good and it deserves that. I want to see it succeed, and it's already succeeded. It's already going to make its money back, and no problem. But for all the good that's in this movie, and I will go over the good, absolutely. This movie's not perfect. This movie does struggle in some ways. First and foremost, let me get the things I didn't like out of the way, or at least found an issue. I've heard some people say that the first half is a little slow. Yeah, the first half is a little slow. Like, pacing wise, it's paced a little slower, then it just starts to really move at a good pace once we get to the second half. The first half's a little slow. And because of that, the other faults in the movie start to show up a lot more in the first half than in the second half. Particularly, a couple shaky effects. There is one really bad effect, and there's a bad green screen effect later on in the final act of the movie. Like, wow, that's a bad green screen. You could have spent a little bit more time on that effect. But most of the action sequences are pretty good. Like, there's an early one where she's fighting Jude Law's character. The entire choreography of that scene is really good. There is a fight that takes place on this planet that not the best, but it does lead into some other things. It does lead to some other plot points. The fight you see in the trailer, where it's the fight that takes place or leads to that scene on the train where she punches the Skrull disguised as the old woman. That entire action sequence, that is also a little but that's really where the problems lie, or the main issues lies, pretty much in the first half. Which, if you're going to have a movie suffer in one half or the other half, you better have it suffer in the first half and then close out strong. That way, people, because if you could start out great and people love the first half, but if you don't end strong or end weak, or as strong as you did, or you opened up with, then it just becomes an okay experience. Like, yeah, that was alright. Like, This is all right. Yeah, that's where you want to build with a movie instead of fall. So build, don't fall. And Captain Marvel does that. It does build pretty well, particularly at the end where you get Captain Marvel unleashing her full power, and you see it in the trailer. I go into spoilers in my reviews usually. I try to keep some of them to a minimum, depending on the movie. But with other ones like the big nerd movies, like Captain Marvel or Shazam, when I go see that, or Hellboy, no, we're gonna nerd out a bit together. That's what we're gonna do. We're nerding out right now. Yeah, when we get to see Captain Marvel being Captain Marvel, it's pretty effing cool. It is pretty, she's just blitzing through an armada pretty much. Ronan's there, that's another thing. Ronan didn't need to be here. Or if he was here in the movie, he just had to be there for one scene. But the problem is, he is alluded to and then seen like holograms, and then we see him legitimately a few times. He does nothing. There was no point if you were going to have Ronan there, have him there like for just one scene as a nice little cameo. Or, give me someone who I would have actually preferred to see, like Yondu. Yondu would have been around then, and I believe they said he was a Centurion battle slave for like some odd years. Could have made sense that he could have been around. Because I can't recall, is Yondu supposed to be Kree? I think he's supposed to be a Centurion, I believe. Hence he said Centurion battle slave. Hold on, Yondu Adantu. Let's see, Yondu. Yondu. Is Yondu? Yeah, okay. Yondu. Yondu Adantu was a Centurion leader of a key, albeit orchestrated faction. Okay, yeah, he was a Centurion. He wasn't a Kree, even though he looks very much like a Kree, apparently. But that's why his weapon is so unique, is that it's a Centurion weapon. His arrow, which is, that is an awesome weapon. But that's why that's so unique. I could have handled seeing, would have preferred seeing a Yondu over Ronan. But yeah, when Captain Marvel is being Captain Marvel, it is pretty awesome to watch. Particularly when we actually see her near the end finally realize her powers. Like, I've been fighting with one hand behind my back. What happens when I'm free? Going up against the Central Intelligence, which is interesting, while Nirvana's playing. Come as you are. Look, that's one thing I really found fun, is that while not Guardians of the Galaxy level good, the soundtrack in this movie is pretty good. You get that, what was the soundtrack? There was a couple songs, like, when she starts wrecking her former teammates, I can see Captain Marvel's soundtrack. Give me a second here. Let's see, Captain Marvel's soundtrack. There we go. So what were the songs in here now? And obviously you can listen to the full soundtrack if you want. I just want the list of it. All right, list of songs. What was the song that was playing when she? Let's see here now. That's a track list. Additional music. Okay. Just a Girl by No Doubt. That's what it was. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because I know they had Come As You Are by Nirvana. Yep. Waterfalls by TLC when she was going to see her friend. Oh, Happy When It Rains, Connections. What a Man. Yeah, What a Man. Celebrity Skin by Hole. Crazy on You by Heart. Yeah. Kiss Me Deadly. Oh yeah, Kiss Me Deadly was in there. Yeah, because they were doing that. You Gotta Be by Desiree. Yeah, this is a good soundtrack. Again, also knows the songs were not as well. Oh yeah. Once again, Marvel absolutely nailed the movie soundtrack, but also notes the songs were not well integrated with the film in the way James Gunn's songs were. Yeah, I'll give the soundtrack that compared to the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks, compared to how well those songs are just almost seamlessly put into the movie in scenes. Some of these songs were just playing. But the movie, it's a good origin story. It is a very good origin story. Brie Larson is great as the character, and the issue a lot of people were having with the trailers, she seemed just kind of bland and one-noted, didn't seem to have much personality. But when you factor in she's a person who lost her identity and is slowly regaining it, it makes sense. And you see the return of kind of who she was. She was kind of snarky. She was quippy, but she was also just the good-hearted, the soldier wanted to do right, everything along those lines. So actually makes sense that she starts off a little bit. She still is throwing some jabs, like verbal jabs, and is a little snarky and does have a jokester side to her. But at the same time, she sees what was it? As she put it, arm behind her back. They put something on her to hinder her abilities, and she was hindered mentally as well. So ultimately, you see the progression and return of that character, and it does work. And it does work. I feel it works. Again, though, there are lines she has, like that whole noble warrior heroes thing. Just did not. No, that did not work. That to me, that is still a bad line. I did not like that line. But her dialogue with Fury is great in the movie because he's a less jaded version of Nick Fury, and we see it's a buddy cop film in many ways, and we see how it plays out in his first interactions with these individuals, and how how he's able to here's a good thing, and I'm segueing. It actually ties what I was just about to say. How he's not underplayed. He doesn't actually play second fiddle to Captain Marvel, and what I mean by that is they actually do a really good job of not like overhyping girl power over guy power. Who runs the world? Girls. Who runs this? It's like it's like no, it's not like girls are stronger than men or girls can just do anything. They never actually flat out talk about that, like how like equal rights issue or anything. No, it's just she is a woman. She is a superhuman. Superhuman. She is fighting individuals, but she still needs the help from other people. One of those people just has to be a guy. So, no, they don't harp on that really at all. They don't. In fact, even Wonder Woman barely harped on that, despite the fact that it made more sense back then because that was the early 90s where there was a lot more misogyny and less equal rights. Where this was 95 where there was a lot more equal rights. And I'm not saying equal rights there was 100% equal rights. There's still not 100% equal rights, but you know what I mean. So they did a really good job at just not bringing that up, just saying, no, this is the character, just happens to be a woman. She's a superhero. Let's do this. And they do a lot of good stuff. The movie's fun. The movie is fun. Once we get to that part of the movie, it definitely starts to pick up. Honestly, the parts with her and the Kree Force are just kind of slow, and honestly, they're not that interesting, if I'm going to be honest. They're not. Like, the first quarter of the movie is pretty just, okay. I mean, we've got superhero stuff going on here. See Jaimon Hansu there. Obviously, that's kind of fun. But it's just kind of stuff. Then once we start getting to the interactions with her and Fury introduced, Ben Mendelsohn, all that, then it starts to get fun again. Coulson's there. He's a new agent, apparently. There was a great scene. Me and my girlfriend didn't even see it coming. Where him and Fury go to chase Captain Marvel. And I should have picked up on that when Fury asked, did you see that? Did she with that weapon? Like, nope. I'm like, see, I was wondering what he meant by that. And then I realized after we get the reveal that, because he gets a call his radio from Coulson's like, sir, I'm still here. You just left. And they see the Coulson in the car. Look at him. It's like, oh, wait, this is a Skrull. Crap. So, yeah, you do get a lot of fun with that. But, yeah, the banter with her and Fury is just really good. Hell, the banter with him and Ben Mendelsohn, the Skrull. The Skrulls are actually pretty fun. They do something with the Skrulls. Yeah, I'm already going as far as the Skrulls are portrayed at first as the villains, like for the first half, but then we get the scene at Carol's old friend's house as they go to meet her, and Ben Mendelsohn's there. And by the way, he's all in just Skrull makeup, so I'm just watching him drink a milkshake as a Skrull, which is hilarious to me. And then we get the reveal that really, ultimately, the Skrulls are not the villains in this movie. The Skrulls actually are not. They are fighting a war. Yeah, they're fighting more or less a guerrilla war. But they're refugees. They don't have a home world. They even just like, we just want a home. We just want a home. And we find like Ben Mendelsohn. He says too, like, look, this is war. My hands are dirty in this too. But we do what we can. And I can't remember the exact line. But we do. I'm probably because Tuesdays roll around in matinee. I'll probably end up going to see this again for matinee, just so I can get a better idea, because there's good stuff in it. Definitely good stuff in it. But like, my hands are dirty in this too. It's war, but and we see he's got a wife, he's got a daughter, and we see that he wants the safety of his family, his people, and you're like that. I'm like watching, like that is really interesting. I did not expect them to go this, because I just excuse me. The Skrull, they really do portray the Skrulls in the trailers as the villains. So to see them go that route was really interesting. And honestly, because at the end we just see them kind of talking about, just decompressing after a battle, eating dinner at the table with Fury, Carol, her friend, the daughter, and their daughter's the Skrull, Talos and his wife. He's just in a sweater. It's like, they're just having a conversation. It's just like normal people. It's like, this is weird, but fun. This is weird, and I love it. This is just so kind of awesome in many ways. But yeah, here's the thing too. Though Ben Mendelsohn plays Talos, we only get Ben Mendelsohn himself on screen for maybe 2 or 3 scenes, maybe. And there's a scene it's a clip, you can watch it online too, where he fights Fury, and it's like, I don't really need these to see, but they still kind of complete the look. So, yeah, I was really surprised they went that way, because ultimately, and because we're in this fake place, it makes sense. The Kree are actually the bad guys in this. It's like, no, we're pushing boundaries. Like, no, we're just invading, and if you're not going to subscribe to our law, we'll kill you. It's like, no, wow, that is kind of you are kind of dicks. You're kind of the bad guys here, because he killed Mar-Vell, who was played by oh god, I'm forgetting your name. I'm forgetting your name, and I don't have it up in front of me right now. What? Oh, come on. It's not Diane Lane. It's I don't think it's Diane Lane. I know who the actress is. I'm gonna get it in just a second here. Annette Bening. That's it. Annette Bening, who Carol sees, and she doesn't even know who she is when she goes to the Central Command, which is a super intelligence that they interface with. Who plays Mar-Vell, and she's the explanation for why she developed like a light speed, engine or something like that, and when it blows up, it absorbs into Carol's body, and that's why she has the I'm blanked on the word. That's why she has the power she does. So that worked. Jude Law was really good as since I now have that up here. What was Jude Law's character's name again? Jude Law, Yon-Rogg. So yeah, he was good. I like Jude Law's character. And then of course there's Goose the cat, who's the standout, and Goose is actually crap. What is Goose again? Goose is a Goose. To be an alien, I can't remember the name, but he's an alien who houses a pocket dimension inside and consumes the Tesseract, and he's the reason Fury lost his eye. He's like, it's like that, which begs the question, like, lost my one good eye. Maybe I had that coming. Or last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. He trusted the cat. The cat took his eye out. So yeah, Goose is adorable and a standout. Absolutely. We were actually in like one of our Newberry comics, and just comics and pop culture and stuff like that. And there was a cat that looked surprisingly like Goose. And yeah, the Tesseract shows up, and that's one other thing this movie does really well, is tie some loose ends together. The Avengers Initiative was actually named after Carol Danvers. She was known as the Avenger on her plane. The Tesseract, don't actually know how she and Mar-Vell got a hold of the Tesseract, but we now know how Fury got a hold of it. Yeah, he got a hold of it thanks to Carol. There's a couple other ones that I can't remember right off the top of my head. But ultimately, yeah, there's a couple other loose threads that are tied together, ultimately. And then that mid-credit scene, man, that may be one of the most awesome mid-credit scenes we ever had, particularly coming off of Endgame, because if you've seen the movie, clearly you know what it is. But if you haven't, spoilers. Even though I've already gone into spoilers and I'll label the spoilers, it's Cap and everyone who's left after Endgame having the papers that Fury had. It's like, get it working again. I want to know who's on the other end of that line. And then Black Widow turns around and there's Carol Danvers. Like, where's Fury? It's like, that actually answers a lot of why didn't we see her in the Endgame trailer? Because she's already on Earth. We barely have any shots. We only have a couple shots on Earth, and her trailers hadn't even come out yet. So now, almost be certain she's going to be in the next Endgame trailer. Be certain about that. that post credit scene was me and my girlfriend were just going, oh yeah. So she's already on Earth. How that plays out afterwards, who knows? Because she is, by everyone, she's stated to be the strongest hero we've had in the MCU. Now, I am willing to debate that until we see something proved differently, if she's actually stronger than Hulk or Thor. Particularly Thor and Hulk, we know can have limitless strength, but particularly Thor, just because of what we saw he was capable of in Infinity War. And I'll be honest, despite how powerful we saw her in this movie, she really wasn't doing anything that made me think she was stronger than Thor or Hulk. Because either of those guys can also destroy ships with relative ease. So, hell, pimp out Iron Man's suit enough and you can have him destroy ships with relative ease. So, I don't know exactly how much stronger she is than Thor or Hulk, but I'll be interested to see it. I don't have my trailers in front of me, but we got the new trailer for Shazam, which was pretty awesome. We did not get an Endgame trailer, which I was surprised about. I can't remember a lot of the trailers we got. Oh, we got Dumbo. Actually, you know what? I think, therefore I am. I can get a list up real quick here of movies that we had, or movies that are coming out that I know we had. We had Dumbo. I know that. We had we did not get Hellboy. We had Shazam. Did we get Breakthrough again? Nope, we did not get Breakthrough again. I'm trying to think what else we had. Right off the top of my head, I can't recall what else we had. But we had a collection of trailers, definitely. And most of them like, okay, yep. So, yeah, what would I get? I mean, I'm not trying not to rank the movies anymore, but if I were to give Captain Marvel a ranking, like, say, in the MCU, it's not in my top 10, but it's a good movie. And obviously, I'll buy it to own, obviously. Add it to the collection. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Captain Marvel. But what did you think about Captain Marvel? Put in the comments below, let me know. I'll probably catch it again on Tuesday. This week is going to be Captive State and 5 Feet Apart. I'm not looking forward to 5 Feet Apart, honestly. Captain State, I'm interested in. So, absolutely, we'll see how that goes down. And then, obviously, it's not a week of anything, so it's just the usual schedule. It'll be a who would win tomorrow, who would win and what if on Wednesday, who would win on Friday, what if next Sunday, so forth and so on. I may be getting some extra videos up later on in the week, depending on what's going on. Given the fact that I have now some access to better filming techniques, I can now do some more things. So I'm trying to figure out how to integrate that into the regular channels, the regular schedule. We'll see what happens there. But until then, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I just for would win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, whatever, anything I do on the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time, folks. Later.